I am making this video because I just got off the phone with my therapist. I ended up asking for an extra session. I normally do every 2 weeks, but this time I needed an extra one. I'm making this video pretty much to say, like, if there's anybody else out there, or if you are out there in the world and you are pretty much going through a lot of, I want to say, relationship changes, and a lot of them are dropping, it gets to a point where you really do just have to start looking at yourself and how things are changing within yourself. To say, like, yes, like, people can do things to you and that could change the relationship. Like, people can do wrong towards you and change the relationship, but it gets to a point where it's like, all right, like, all of these relationships around me are changing. Is this showing me, like, the perception I deemed or thought I had of everything around me? Was it false? Was it this? Like, you know? And it gets to where, if I'm making sense, like, it just gets to where, like, you have to start to see how you are viewing your relationship with yourself, and how, if you're looking at yourself pretty much at all, to sum it up, I don't even know how I'm supposed to say that. Pretty much, y'all, I don't want to say all of these situations were backstabbing and just, like, outwardly, like, just disrespectful shit that's happened, but some cases were, and some were just more of eye-opening and just, like, moments to sit back and be like, where did you fall short in this relationship as well, and what did you also allow, and what did, like, you have to take accountability. This world is not meant for you to always be the victim, and you can't always be the victim. A lot of it really is, like, even if, yes, like, they just did the worst thing to you, you have to start looking at, what did I allow, pretty much. And that's just been what's been going on with me all summer. I feel like from the beginning of summer to the end of summer, I really have been sitting with a lot of just guilt and, I want to say, shame of how I've been viewing all my friendships and all my relationships with people. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like the whole perception of it, all of it has fallen, all of it has fell. And some of it really has nothing to do with me. Some of it is like, some people are going through stuff just as serious and as complex as I am. And sometimes they're going through their thing and it really has nothing to do with you. But in some cases where I think where it's like, it really is more hurt, and you feel in your soul and your well-being, like, this feels like something that I guess participated in more than I want to even tell myself I didn't. That's when it's like, yeah, like, you have to look at what your accountability of it was. If any of that makes sense. I just be yapping. But yeah, I just sometimes hope, like, when I have these thoughts and how I look at stuff, like, I hope I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, but I hope, like, there's more people around me having these thoughts. And another thing I've also noticed is just that validation that I thought I was getting and that I thought I was always gonna need is not, I was looking for it in people that necessarily weren't supposed to be giving me it. Nobody's supposed to be giving me validation, period, and I know that. But I was looking for validation in people that have pretty much told me they don't, not that they don't care, but I shouldn't be worried about really what they think, I guess I could say, to not even make it more complicated. But that was one key thing I took away from a lot of this is that I'm always feeling the need to feel like I'm heard and I'm seen, and people understand where I'm coming from. And I feel like once people don't understand where I'm coming from, it just feels like an attack. And it's not. Some people generally just they don't get it. They'll never see it the way you see it, and that is okay. That's fine. People don't have to see things the way you see it really at all. And I don't think anybody ever will. That goes for everybody. But yeah, I kind of I had a epiphany in a moment where I really was willing to jeopardize a lot of stuff just to get that validation. And it sat with me that, I don't know, I was not repeating, but there was just parallels in a lot of things I seen in my parents that I was like, damn, like, I took it this far just to hear them tell me, like, you're right, like, you see me for what I am, like, you know, like, that's all I be wanting to hear. Like, when I tell stuff to people, especially if that I care about, if I'm telling them something, I would rather them just tell me, like, no, I think you're actually wrong about that, like, I don't think I do that, or I don't think this of me, or whatever, rather than kind of dismiss it or tell me, or yeah, just be dismissive of me. Like, I feel like I would rather, or not even dismissive, but I would rather someone tell me, like, no, you're wrong about that, but I understand why you would think that, or I understand where you're coming from, rather than why would you think that I've never been like that, that's not true, like, dismissive. And it got to a point where I was like, is anything I ever say being taken in, like, trying to be understood, you know? And that's what it came down to. And I just, y'all, I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm just gonna post it because this is I didn't get to finish what I was saying earlier because my friend called me, but it's like way later in the day. But what I will finish the video off with, because I know I was like yapping. If you get what I was saying, you get what I was saying. If you don't, I get it, because I don't even know. Like, I know what I was saying, but yeah, I have a gum in my hand. Basically, what the goals I have set for myself, and I have for the rest of my year and just the next like 6 to 8 months, I'm kind of just gonna keep them in close corners with myself, and I'm not gonna go around bloating about, or yeah, just gonna start keeping more things to myself in a way that I feel like I have something with myself, because I feel like I did base a lot of me on the relationships I had with people, and I worried about the relationships I have with everyone a little too much, and it started to stress me out. So I want to say, like, just to say to the viewers, if you're going through a moment where you feel like everybody's kind of just like, I don't want to say dropping like flies, but you are not as close as that many friends anymore, you're just like losing friends, it's all supposed to happen this way. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to just, you're just entering a new part of your life and your journey and what you're supposed to be doing. Because a lot of people, people that already have found their people, not a lot, like 9 times out of 10, that part of their journey and how they view relationships and how they view stuff like that, it's already kind of set in stone for them, and that's a good thing. Like, some people get that early on in life, but if you're like me, you know, some stuff doesn't click really early on, especially if you end up thinking you found those people and they weren't your people, you know. It really changes your whole perception on friendships and just relationships. So I just want to say, yeah, if you're going through that, it's okay. We're going to find our people. My mom says that to me all the time. She's like, you're going to find your people. Like, you're going to find your person. This is not that deep. Like, you don't got to stress being alone right now. I'm laying in my bed. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your year. I'm probably not going to post for the rest of the year. Well, I don't know. I definitely want to do like editing videos and stuff, but my laptop broke, so I just got to get back on my feet with everything, and I will see y'all.